Welcome to this video on DB-OTO gene therapy for congenital deafness. This video is produced by Roberto A. Miki, MD, and we will discuss this innovative treatment. Congenital deafness has an incidence of 1.7 per 1,000 births. 1 to 3% of cases are caused by biallelic pathogenic variants in the OTOF gene, which encodes the otoferlin protein. This information, along with the subsequent scenes, is further elaborated in an NEJM article published in October of 2025 and in print in March 2025. Help support this channel. Remember to like and subscribe. Otoferlin acts as a calcium sensor in inner hair cells. It regulates synaptic transmission between sensory inner hair cells and the cochlear nerve. This control is achieved by managing the connection of synaptic vesicles to the presynapse cell membrane, followed by calcium release into the synaptic cleft. The inner hair cells act to convert mechanical sound waves into electrical nerve signal. There are 10 to 20 nerve cells attached to each inner hair cell. Here is an illustration of the inner ear's anatomy, showing its structures like the semicircular ducts, cochlea, and associated nerves. The location of the semicircular ducts and the round window are the key anatomical features to understanding the surgery for the gene therapy delivery. The clinical presentation of this deafness is profound deafness from birth, with no improvement in hearing. Importantly, the cellular structures of the inner ear remain intact. The typical treatment option has been a cochlear implant. DB-OTO is a gene therapy developed by Regeneron. It uses a dual AAV1 vector with a hair cell-specific promoter, MYO15, to deliver the OTOF gene directly to the hair cells. Dual AAV vectors are a gene therapy tool for delivering large genetic payloads exceeding 5 kilobase pairs. They achieve this by splitting the transgene into two separate AAV vectors, which then recombine inside the cell to reconstitute the full-length protein. Limitations of dual AAV vectors include lower overall efficiency compared to single AAVs, the potential for unwanted truncated products, and the need for co-infection of the same target cell to ensure reconstitution. The surgical procedure involves an incision behind the ear at the mastoid and burring to the inner ear. The virus is injected into the round window, one of the two openings leading from the middle ear to the inner ear, allowing for paralymph delivery. The lateral semicircular canal is fenestrated to prevent increased pressure from the volume of fluid injected. The procedure video link from the New England Journal of Medicine is included below. The CORD trial is an ongoing, open-label Phase 1-2 study enrolling up to 30 patients. Part A involved injecting one ear and allowed a cochlear implant in the other. Part B involved injecting both ears. The plan for safety and efficacy was to measure at 48 weeks and yearly for 4 years. Key inclusion criteria include being under 18, having a biallelic OTOF genetic mutation, a hearing level above 91 decibels, intact outer hair cell function, and no temperature-sensitive hearing fluctuations. The primary endpoint of the CORD trial is achieving an average threshold of 70 decibels hearing level or less on behavioral pure tone audiometry at 24 weeks. The CHORD trial included 12 patients, with 9 having one ear injected and 3 having both ears injected. One patient was excluded due to an inability to complete behavioral testing. 50% of the participants developed anti-otoferlin antibodies. At 24 weeks, 75% of participants, 9 out of 12, achieved the primary endpoint of 70 decibels HL or less. There were 17 complications related to surgical delivery, including 2 severe but resolved cases, 1 of mastoiditis and 1 of gait instability. Benefit was observed even in 16-year-olds, and pre-existing AAV antibodies did not seem to affect efficacy. Thank you for watching. We will see you at the next one.